Somebody takes what's yours. And this is our game. It's our game. This guy's trying to take it personal. So that makes this shit personal.
Woo, boy,
Hey.
JB. Last night, JB. Last night, baby. It was on. It was personal, baby. Alabama versus LSU. Linked. We linked on them, baby. Let a naysayer know, baby. JB,
Yes, sir.
how we living tonight, brother? How we living tonight?
Oh, man, feeling good, man. Coming off a great victory. Stomped the mud hole. Belts to ass. That's what we call it. Belt to ass last night, you know. Stomped them Tigers out. So we here on this good Sunday night, man, for talking Bama. 24 hours ago, we were just getting started to beat down, and now we're here to talk about it. JT, how you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good. JT here, your host for the show, Sunday Night Talking Bama, guys. Soon, real quick, before we get everything rolling, if you're watching us on X right now, guys, make sure you come over to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. If you're here right now, make sure that you're not subscribed. Go ahead and subscribe. Like the live for us too, guys. Leave us a comment. Also, guys, leave us a question in the comments, guys. We're going to have a segment at the end of the show. We're going to double back. We're going to answer these questions from everybody because we know some people got some things to say tonight, boy, because that was a good game last night, man. We got Stephen M. Smith going to join us in just a little bit, guys. So everybody hang tight with us.
Sir.
Stephen M. Smith going to join us, going to let us know how the tie was on the road. But right before we get started, man, we're gonna bust off to the main sponsors real quick, guys. For our main sponsor, and actually, no. We're gonna do this. We're gonna let Title Tower go first, and I'm gonna come back. We're gonna flip it up now. Let Title Tower go ahead and go first, JB.
Y'all know who it is, man. Title Tower. We back home this Saturday, so I expect everybody to come out with one of these right here, Title Tower. To get you one, man, go to whitwillsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get you a nice discount courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Yes, the Bama Standard. And for our main sponsor, guys, right here, Lampstone. Have you ever dreamed of having beautiful or natural stone in or around your home? Don't settle for subpar material. Check out Lampstone's company selection of natural stone products to meet all your project needs. Lampstone is located in Oneonta, Alabama. It's one of the oldest and most trusted sources. So contact them today. Tell them that we sent you today by using the Bama Standard to receive 10% off your first order, guys. So we're going to kick it right off tonight, guys. We're going to get right into it, baby. 24-hour recap, guys. LSU 24 hours. JB, I'm going to let you take this one for us, man, because I'm going to just hit some bullet points because we got a lot to talk about in that, man. Milroe run wild. The defense looks good. Special teams, he's a little tighten up. Little tighten up at the beginning, though. So that coverage at the beginning was scaring me, man. When everybody kind of clustered to that side and Buddy breaks free, I was like, oh, all right, man, we gotta watch that O-line play great. Not a lot of penalties, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of bad negative plays. How you feel about last night, JB?
Man, feeling good, brother. Feeling really good. Shouts out to the chat. I see y'all in the chat. Monica, Linda P, Latoya Billingsley did tell me that we was going to hold them under 20. She said it. And we did it. I didn't believe it. And to me, the final score really was 42-6. Now, that little bull job touchdown they threw at the end. Come on, man. Whatever. But I just love the look on Brian Kelly's face. He was pissed off. Oh, I love to see that pissed off look on old Brian Kelly. Yeah, boy. Boy, he looked like he was pissed. And Nussmeier was up there laughing like it was funny or something. The only thing was funny to me was that beatdown that we did. Now, before we go on, I need everybody in the chat, everybody watching, to give Jalen Milroe an apology. Y'all owe Jalen an apology because you said he wasn't it. Y'all wanted Ty Simpson to be the starting quarterback. And I guarantee you, no knock on Ty, but if he was the starter last night, we would not beat LSU, not the way we did last night. That was 80% Jalen Milroe on offense. That was 80% Jalen Milroe. Go look at the numbers and think I'm lying. Watch the tape. Jalen Milroe, 80% put belt to ass on LSU. And shouts out to the defense for doing their job. They held it down. Incredible defense. Like I said before, they're coming along. We need to give Kane Womack an apology because y'all wanted him fired 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, they wanted Kane out the door too. So Bama fans, we are here. We are right here where we need to be. Went out. It was the biggest game of the season. We took care of business. Now we just have to go ahead, finish these next 3 games off. Let's not worry about the SEC championship. Let's just worry about getting to the playoffs. Let's just finish this season off strong and do the damn thing. JT. Oh, hold on. Before I pass it to you, it was 2 plays that stood out to me. That was very important in this game early on. First play was Damani Jackson hawking down the running back, because that would have been a touchdown. If Damani Jackson didn't hawk the running back down, that could have changed the game. We held him to 3 points. We held him to 3 points because Damani Jackson hawked that running back down, and we stood strong. Another play, that interception by Lawson, when the score was 21-6, they were driving down. The play was there, but Lawson's instincts to jump up and catch that ball. That was
beautiful. Hey, listen, let me prove my point. So when Lawson caught the ball, he was literally in the same spot where old buddy caught the ball in the South Carolina pick, where he could have kneeled or he could have brought it out in that dead zone. But because Lawson's knee hit where Lawson was, people were like, oh, the ball was kind of above this line where it was. And because it's a neutral zone, when there's a turnover, they give you a neutral zone depending on how the body language is of the player. And the ref, that's why the ref blew it and was like, yeah, touchback. Like, it can happen. That's the thing. You got to understand, like, obviously, the refs got to call that like they see it. We got Stephen M. Smith here, guys. He just joined in. Welcome us to the stage tonight. That man, Stephen M. Smith, he's ready to talk some Alabama football. How we living tonight, brother?
Man, let me tell you guys, man, I'm not all the way on cloud 10, but when Alabama plays the way it played against LSU, this is a national championship team. Now, Coach DeBoer and his staff, give those guys credit. DeBoer walked right in the Death Valley and stuck a sword in the Tigers. I stuck a sword right in them and walked out of there. DeBoer and that staff had the fans frustrated, had Brian Kelly frustrated, had LSU frustrated, and DeBoer walked out saying, I own Death Valley. Very proud of that staff. Very proud of Nick Sheridan. Nick Sheridan, way to go. You ran the football. You trusted that run game. You ran Milroe. You had a beautiful script from start to finish. It worked from start to finish. Kane Womack, how about that defense? It swarmed you. You gave up a touchdown in garbage time, but that didn't matter. That didn't matter. You dominated nonetheless. Great job by this team.
Yeah, so Stephen M. Smith, right before you got here, JB was alluding to that, saying that was also keep in mind, folks, that was not the starting defense out there either, second string, but it is what it is. They get the points, what it is. Bama dominated that whole game from first snap. Actually not the first snap because of the penalty, but after that, then we did good. 24-hour recap there on that, to put a little bit of a button on this right here. Milroe went for 12 rushes, 185 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jim Miller had 88 total yards. The team rushed for 6 total touchdowns. The defense had 3 turnovers. Penalties, Bama was 7 for 74, and LSU was 7 for 65. So we lost in that, had the same amount of penalties, but yardage-wise we lost. So there wasn't an uneven of, the ref was calling it for them and not them. People like to call that Milroe sack. I've seen some LSU fans saying that wasn't a face mask. It was. He grabbed the inside of my man's helmet. It may not necessarily be right here, but that is considered, or it's personal foul. Also, you can't go at the head of a quarterback, period. So we just got called for that earlier. If you remember that, Stephen M. Smith, I can't remember who it was, we hit him in the head on a play, his hand or something. Tim Smith or somebody did.
Yeah, Tim Smith. Tim Smith got it. Yeah.
Hit him in the head, and they got a first down out of it and ended up, I think, getting a field goal. But anyways, so you can't go at the quarterback's head either way. So I think Bama played a really good game there. Offensive line was really fluent. I loved what I see. We've heard from Robert's mother on Twitter as well. Justin has said something as well. You know, he'll be back, good to go. We're seeing here. He's tough. He's tough. And Stephen F. Smith, I'm gonna let you announce real quick the injury news that we have. I didn't have this on the thing, but I know you've learned who we recently lost. For the season. Go ahead and announce that.
Yeah, this one, JT, this one right here sucks. Bama lost Q-Rob for the season. Upper body injury to Q Robinson. He is out for the remainder of the year. And this one, this one's just terrible, man, because here's a young man who waited his time, was patient, did all of the right things, and having a phenomenal season this year, leading the team in sacks, leading the team in tackles for loss. And so Q-Rob suffered an upper body injury against LSU. When he got up, he walked off the field on his own. So it looked like he was going to be okay. It looked like it wasn't going to be that much of an issue. But after the evaluation, Q Robinson out for the year with an upper body injury. This one stings because of the leadership he presents. So with that being said, Yonsei Pierre, welcome to the world, man. You are the next man. Yonsei Pierre, the former 5-star from Eufaula High School, he's the next man. He's the next man. And Yonsei, if y'all forgot, Yonsei was getting a lot of extensive reps when Quay Russaw was banged up. And then Russaw came back and Yonsei got banged up. So now Yonsei comes back. Q-Rob is out for the year. So now the boomerang has hit Yonsei. So here is his moment here to really pick up for his brother who is out for the year in Q-Rob.
So Stephen M. Smith, with that right there, Yonsei, I actually met Yonsei back when he was in high school. You follow us in far from where I live. Watched him play. Really good kid, really good player. Good size too. So size will not be a problem with him playing in the position. He'll be able to do that. I'm excited to see him get his chance here. I hate it at the expense of what it's costed. I don't like no injury for nobody. Hope Robinson gets back with us soon though. JB, glad you're back with us. We just addressed the Robinson injury real quick. Stephen F. Smith announced that. And then we were talking about next man up for that position would be Yonsei Pierre. Eufaula boy, former 5-star. Really good. I'm excited to see him play. It's going to be good. We're going to move on to the next topic, though, guys. Next topic, I'm going to tie in kind of the next two topics kind of almost together. But we'll kind of hit this one first. Jalen Milroe runs wild. Milroe, no, I think it's an LSU thing right at this point, somewhat. So the man's went wild in the past 2 years against LSU. It's left, it's right, it's up the middle. It ain't just one play, it ain't just this play, it's every play almost. The man just he's doing his thing, man. 4 rushing touchdowns again, 185 yards on the ground, 109 through the air. So the man couldn't be stopped the other night. It was like what do they call that phrase? A hot knife through butter. You know what I'm talking about?
He was Thanos last night.
Hey, boom.
Look, y'all. When you get Brian Kelly at the podium after the game saying, we had 2 weeks to prepare for this, and we still couldn't stop it. And I take full responsibility. Like, Brian Kelly was so frustrated at the podium, you could feel it in his face. He had no answers. LSU had no answers. In 2 games, Jalen Milroe, 340 yards rushing against LSU, 8 rushing touchdowns. 8. He destroyed LSU's defensive front. And once again, This goes back to Nick Sheridan. Watching film, he saw South Carolina ran on LSU. Texas A&M ran on LSU. And Nick Sheridan put a game plan together that worked from start to finish. Y'all saw Sheridan took the field, high-fiving everybody, dapping up everybody, because Sheridan knew I called it right the whole time.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and I hope Nick Sheridan doesn't pull a Tommy Reese now and switches up the rest of the year. We need to stay somewhat on this game plan. I wouldn't say he needs to run the ball 12 times a game necessarily, but I do think we need to distribute out how much running was done last night. Now, obviously, the rain played a factor in that too, because of the rain got to play, and also we got up. When we got up, why not run the ball at that point plus the rain? And they weren't stopping it, And the passes they were doing, it was like Jalen Milroe was our leading reception. Yeah. He had 50 yards receiving. He had 88 total yards. Jalen Milroe played great, and he was injured some of that. Justice Haynes played good too. I don't know. I don't know
Richard Young had a touchdown also. Now,
and Richard, at the very end, yes.
Yeah, of course, guys. Alabama had two deep shots that it would have loved to have had back. I mean, Jalen Milroe put one right in Ryan's hands, and Hollywood wanted to have that back, because if he holds on to that ball, that's a touchdown. And then there was one where E-Man is wide open and Jalen Milroe's and Milroe's like, if I take a little bit off of that ball, E-Man makes his catch, and that's a touchdown. So there were two deep shots that if you could have both of those back, both of those would have been 6 points. That's tough there, but you're able to make up for it by being able to run the football. So you didn't necessarily have to throw the football tonight. But last night, with the two deep shots you did miss, you would have loved to have had those two back.
So, JB, put a button on this one for us.
If it wasn't raining, I think Ryan Williams catches that, because he laid out for it. He hit him right in the hands.
He laid out for it. And if it wasn't raining, E-Man would have laid out for
it. Yeah.
And also, if it wasn't raining, people – all right, I've seen some people on Twitter saying this. And, guys, if you've ever played football, you do not wear gloves as a receiver when it's raining.
Right.
I don't care what kind of gloves you got, dog. You do not wear them when it's raining. People were like, Ryan Williams only dropped the team, have gloves on. I was like, huh? I mean, what? No, you don't wear gloves when it's raining, bro. He dropped it. Yeah, I get, give that. It was some of that probably had to do with the rain. I'll give it that too. But like it, if you give him back that again, man, I give Hollywood catches that again, though. But JB, real quick, to put a button on this one real quick, Milroe run wild. How'd you feel about Milroe? How it looked last night, the run game with him stuff, man. Break that down for us. Man. Put a button on this one for us.
It was incredible, man. We started off the game in the best way possible. Took the ball on the road, went straight down the field and scored. Even though Milroe ran the ball a lot, he didn't take a lot of hits. On those touchdowns, he was standing up. Running right through the defense.
And JB, great interior blocking from Booker, from Geno Van Mark, and even Wilkin Formby got in there and got some key blocks. Robbie Oots, that offensive line, and those tight ends, the counter blocks they set up for Milroe.
Yep, Oots look good blocking.
Robbie Oots is probably one of the best blocking tight end fullbacks. He's a hybrid tight end fullback, because he can catch the ball in the flat if he has to. But every time I see 4 or 5 in the game and I see him go in motion, we running right behind him. It don't matter if it's Milroe or the running back. But I saw something different last night. I saw Jalen run the ball behind the halfback. He took the ball and ran behind Justice and James for a couple of those touchdowns.
And that speaks to the job Robert Gillespie, Coach D, has done teaching those running backs, be unselfish. Even if you don't have the ball, be active, be engaged, find a way to help your team win. Jam did that. Justice did that. Richard Young does that. When you don't have the ball, how engaged are you still? Give Coach G a lot of credit where those backs are concerned.
Yeah.
All right.
That was
so
all around. That was all around one of the best performances I've seen from Bama. Like this, by far. I mean, the Georgia game was great, but this for 4 quarters, this was it right here.
So
that was it last night.
This will kind of transition to this right here. Has Bama found his identity on offense right here? Okay, we talked about the Milroe run. What do you think? Go ahead, Stephen Smith. Run that.
I think it has. Now, of course, you want to see more of the deep shots hit. You want to see that. But what we're starting to see now, guys, Bama can sustain some drives. Remember, early in the season, that was the problem. You were getting the deep shots, but you weren't sustaining drives. Now Bama's sustaining drives. Now Bama's getting 10, 11, 12-play drives where they're wearing down the opponent. If you can mix back the big plays back in there, look how scary this is about to be. Because now you get a Bama team that's getting 10-play, 11-play, 12 plays, taking the clock. Did y'all see Bama took the clock last night? Bama took the clock. Nussmeier and those guys weren't on the field long. So if Alabama can keep this, but institute a little bit back of that explosives back into the passing game, now look at this team. So I think that they're starting to find that identity, and it begins with Nick Sheridan is understanding I can trust the run game. I can lean on these backs, and I can lean on but not necessarily overrun Milroe. They're starting to find it.
But then the comments hitting you with the Nate Dawg Warren G. So regulators, mount up.
But I thought this game we had to just do what brought us to the table. I mean, lean on Milroe. We had to win this game. This was must win, and we did what we had to do to win. Now moving forward, we may do more of. We actually used the running backs well last night too, even though Milroe led the charge. But like we just mentioned, they were out there blocking. Jam Miller caught 5 passes. He was catching first down, big pass plays. We saw a lot of that. But also using the tight ends, I saw C.J. Dupree caught a big catch on one play. Use them a little bit more. And Kendrick Law, use them. I mean, we are doing some things that I think will translate very well in these next 3 games heading on into the playoffs.
JB that mentioned that Kendrick Law, he'd been banged up a little bit and then getting a little more healthy here too. I seen a burst out of him out of one of the first plays last night when he shot through a couple guys. Oh man, he was about a half a step from Kendrick Law taking 170 yards because how quick he was. I was like, oh, that's a 5-yard gain. Next thing you know, Kendrick Law was like 12-yard gain, first down. I'm like, oh man. Like that burst he had, you didn't see that throughout the year until now. So I think some of this stuff we had questions about, and we're over here like, why are they not doing it? It wasn't making sense. I think some of it is guys were a little banged up. The way Milroe ran last night versus the way he's been running lets me know. Thank God for that bye week. Thank God for that bye week.
The bye week for Milroe came at the right time because prior to the bye week, it looked like Milroe kind of maybe had a hamstring issue. Something was holding him from hitting top speed. Last night, he was back hitting top speed, especially on that 72-yard run.
Yeah, so, he was gone.
He was gone. So that bye week came at the perfect time to have him healthy, but not just that. It came at the perfect time for him and Nick Sheridan. Hey, bro, what you seeing? Let's put this together. Okay, let's roll with this.
I saw Jalen look at the iPad a lot last night too, like looking at going over stuff too.
I did too, which is really good, and I think that's something we've all talked about on here. Has the offense found its identity? I think everybody kind of gave a little 2 cents right there about it, and I think everybody's right here too with it. I think what JB said about we had to roll with Milroe. It's just a win or go home. Hey, that's the hot hand, man. You don't turn away from the hot hand. That man's hot. Give him the ball.
You damn right.
If you look at it as the team last night, Alabama had 300 rushing yards and 6 total rushing touchdowns. All that wasn't Milroe. A chunk of that was, yep.
Mm-hmm.
All of that wasn't, though. But there was 2 other touchdowns that helped out. There was more yardage that created first downs that were 3rd and 3s, that were 2nd and 7s that allowed us to get 3rd and 1s and get those. Bama on 3rd down last night on offense, man.
10 of 13.
Oh, my God.
10 of 13. And then part of that 10 of 13, part of that 10 of 13, guys, Milroe checking it down the jam Miller. The patience. Checking it down the jam.
Or the patience to run it, Stephen M. Smith, because there was a play where I've seen Milroe recently where he'll run to the side and just rush it and get jammed. Where this time he'll rush. He waited on Miller and was like, no, you go. Like, you go, Miller, get somebody, and I'm going to pick a hole. And when he hit him, Milroe went outside, boom, got the first down. Patience.
But then also, JT, the play design on that too. How Nick Sheridan would have 3 receivers to one side, confusing LSU's eyes. You run Milroe the opposite way, and they got leverage.
Yep. And you put your running back extra blocker, and we talk about a lot with Nick Sheridan on play calling too. And I want to allude back. I've seen it twice ran this year. We've ran it a couple different ways, but I love it this way. And I think you'll see it a couple more times too. But the way they get Williams the ball, that little fake whip around, little pitch back to Williams right there, man. That he had about 25 yards on this one the other night. Now that's considered a rush because it's a back pitch. But, we got a touchdown on that against Vandy with that. And that's the first time I seen the play. And I was like, I really like that play. It's a good play call. And I'm seeing it more now. And I'm seeing that that's good. I'm liking that. So I think the offense, put a button on this. I think the offense has found its identity, guys. I don't want to spend too much time on the offense because we got a couple other topics to hit, and they are some great topics. The next one is probably one of my favorite. Me and JB spent a lot of the offseason, almost every single episode, talking about this, and I'm glad we did because I think me and JB probably talked about it the most. But the 4-2-5 Swarm D is alive. It is thriving. It is doing great. It is almost – I'm not going to count that garbage TD, man. It's 8 quarters without a meaningful touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay? 8 quarters without a meaningful touchdown here. That is amazing. And we're talking about top 25 teams, too, here that are still currently ranked. Well, I don't know. Missouri probably isn't no more. They probably got booted today. They lost again. But either way, they're still holding the and if you told me one of those games we played in Death Valley, I would be like, wow. Oh, wow. I would just mind blowing here. So I'm going to let JB do this one, and then we'll go to Stephen M. Smith. JB, Swarm D alive, man. How we feeling about the 4-2-5 and what Kane Womack down there cooking up, baby?
We swarming, baby. We swarming.
Yeah.
It just took a little time. It took a little time to get going. Like I mentioned, fans were impatient, as most Bama fans are. Very impatient, very used to being on top, winning and dominating. And I saw a little bit last night. It was we kind of got to that bend don't break. Like, we had a couple big plays we gave up, but guess what? When we got to the red zone, we held them to field goals. We got turnovers in the end zone. We got a strip sack. We made plays all over the field, and it's not only just that the guys are swarming and attacking. They're staying in their lanes. They're doing their job. I can go back to that interception once again, Lawson. There was more of this right here. And then for him to just sit there and read the quarterback eyes and know where he's going with that ball, to stay right there, jump up and catch that interception, that was an NFL level play right there, just in all of that. And the play by I think it was Campbell early on that 3rd down where he defended Lacey. Lacey would have caught that touchdown, but Jahad Campbell was right there to defend that play. So those linebackers, we have to give them credit where credit is due. We bashed them early on and say Campbell and Lawson weren't playing well. They played spectacular last night. And let's give it up to the secondary as well. Bray Hubbard, once again, a man-child out there. Malachi had everybody on point. I didn't see no DBs getting burnt last night. I didn't see
No.
them. Lacey didn't get off.
Not
Demonte
last
Johnson
night.
had him clack on lock. Locked down.
Yep.
So, hey, just give it up to Kane Womack. Give it up to the Swarm D. We sent some exotic blitzes, some different kind of blitzes last night I saw. We had Brian Kelly said they sending 8, they sending 7. He was complaining like a mug. But guess what? You better be able to stop it. That's one key about this defense. That's one key that we were waiting for this. We were waiting to see where the adjustments gonna come. Are we gonna sit back in this same defense? Are we gonna send different guys? Well, y'all saw it last night.
That's true. And Stephen M. Smith, go ahead and hit us with this Swarm D. It's alive, baby. It's alive. How we feeling?
I'm going to say this. I'm so proud of Coach Kane, man. I know, and even I myself, a little bit frustrated early in the season, but Coach Kane, he and his daddy have worked on this for a long time. And Coach Kane is the closest thing to Jeremy Pruitt you're going to get. The team has caught on to this 4-2-5. The last 2 weeks, the last 2 games, you've given up 1 touchdown. You haven't given up a meaningful touchdown in 2 games. This defense has caught on. They sent Garrett Nussmeier so many different pictures. The man was uncomfortable the whole night. Jahad Campbell's playing like a first-round linebacker. The guy said we coming with violent intentions. Boy, did he bring them. 12 tackles, 3 of those for loss, 1.5 sacks, a strip sack. D-Law, huge pick by him in the game. Bray Hubbard, as much as I like Keon Sabb, the defense has a different physicality, a different intensity with Bray Hubbard out there. The young man just gets it. He gets it. He understands it. Kyron Lacey didn't catch a pass to the 3rd quarter. Do people not understand? LSU's wide receivers didn't catch a ball to the 2nd quarter. Kyron Lacey didn't catch a pass to the 3rd quarter. So you look at this team under Kane Womack, this defense has found it. It's found a swagger. It's found a drive. You give up only 6 conversions on 3rd down and 14 attempts. You took the ball away. Great job by Coach Kane. Great job by Coach Kane.
I agree. Great job by Coach Kane. I think he's figured it out. I think Sheraton has coming along, but I think Kane has got it juiced now. I think the defense is where you can almost trust the defense now. JB said it a lot. The bend don't break. I feel like that applies with this. The 2016 type defense was kind of like that. They forced turnovers a lot. They may have bended a little bit, but the turnovers made up for it. This team is forcing turnovers left and right, man.
Yes.
Whether it's a forced fumble, whether it's a pick, whether it's something, man.
Multiple turnovers.
I mean, guys, think about this, guys. Since South Carolina, this defense has forced 13 takeaways. Since South Carolina, 13.
I love that, man.
Yep.
I love that, man. And you got to think also, if you go back to it, we was getting turnovers, and I know that's a great stat that we was getting turnovers. Even in Georgia, was getting turnovers. Wisconsin was getting turnovers. South Florida, turnovers. Western Kentucky. We've had turnovers all season. So, but now that, like Stephen and Smith just said, 13 of them since then, though, man,
hey,
that's a crunch time.
Have we had more turnovers so far this season than we had last season? I can't remember.
I think we do.
Okay.
I think we do. I think last season Bama had about 12. I think right now it's at 18, 19 right now. So and that's huge. We talk about strip sacks. We're looking at interceptions, tipped interceptions. Of course, these guys want to score off of these turnovers. And I know Campbell and that defense, they're hungry for non-offensive touchdowns. At some point, that's going to come. That's going to come at some point. But right now, the big thing is you're taking the ball away, and your offense against LSU cashed in.
Yes.
Your offense against Missouri, 2 weeks ago, cashed in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big thing. You're giving your offense a short field, and your offense is cashing in. of a team went down there, especially on defense. Once again, violent intentions, and they played violent. They played so violent that the fans left the stadium. They played so violent, the fans got ticked off throwing beer bottles because they were so frustrated. That's how violent Alabama played.
Pull it up, Justin. You talking about the fans. Go ahead and pull that super chat up, Justin. We talking about the fans, man. My man Jarvis just said it best right here. He said, hold on. I'm going to pull it up. I can't remember how. All right, he said those LSU fans thought they were going to be storming the field. All they did was storm the parking lot.
Hey, bruh.
Oh, man. We had Death Valley looking like COVID, 20% capacity.
Bruh. Like,
terrible.
I ain't going to lie. Did y'all see how literally depressed Brian Kelly looked in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Hey, man,
that brother was super depressed. He was
when there's 27 Bama fans in the stadium, and those 27 Bama fans, you can hear na 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 na. Na na na.
All through fourth quarter.
Good. But boy, that jump right there, bro. Oh man, that was music. That was music to my ears, baby. I don't think nobody's ever been able to go in Death Valley and do that. I ain't never seen nobody else do that.
I mean, completely. When I tell you, I sat there and said, leading up to the game, let DeBoer go down there and stick a sword in him. National media are going to be like, oh, snap, he can really handle this. DeBoer stuck a sword in him on national television and did it. And the biggest part I'm proud of, and we're talking about the defense right now, but going back to the offense, remember on the first drive, guys, Bama had a false start penalty. And a lot of people were thinking, here we go again, Tennessee again. But they flushed it, and they took it right down the field and scored.
The feeling was just different last night, man. I don't know. It felt good, like a good feeling, man. I know that snap, it was that first play, like you said. I felt that too. I was like, dang. But I was like, I don't know. I feel like like we about to get it right.
They were so comfortable. They were so it was no sense of panic, no sense of nervousness in the stadium. The boy was smiling. He smiled. That was the most I've seen him smile since early on in the season.
Hey, that was the most the boy smile. But you saw the focus of Kane Womack. Kane didn't want to give up nothing.
Oh, no.
And then in the booth, you saw the passion of Nick Sheridan. Sheridan was yelling and cussing and screaming.
I saw DeBoer drop the F-bomb to the special teams coach. He was like, what the?
Yeah. He wouldn't have with Jay Nunez. He wouldn't have with Jay.
Yeah.
He was mad by
the defense has stepped up ever since Womack started wearing the all black. Since he started wearing the black with
we need Kane Knight. We need Kane Knight. We need Kane Knight. That's what I'm gonna start calling him. Kane Knight. From Batman, Kane Knight, because we need Kane Knight to show up. He didn't wear that same
outfit for the rest of the season.
Yep, Kane Knight, baby. Kane Knight, Walnut, baby.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, when Kane comes off in that cutoff black hoodie,
it's a wrap. They ain't scoring more than 13.
I'm gonna say this. I'm saying, y'all, this is a legit stat. Of the 19 turnovers Bama's got this year, 13 are with Kane Womack in the cutoff black hoodie.
I'm telling you right now.
Steven coming with the incredible stats tonight.
Kane Knight Womack, baby. Kane Knight
13 of the 19 come from Womack in that cutoff hoodie. He may need to wear that the rest of the year.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we need that in the cutoff. Well, guys, I was going to put a button up on the Swarm. D's alive. I think we here. Bama's defense is looking good. I just said that one, Justin, about those LSU fans thought they'd be storming the field and said they were storming the parking lot. That's a good one, though. JB, let the people know who we sponsored by here real quick. A little promo for the people.
Yes, sir, man. You already know I keep that thing on me.
Yes,
Title
sir.
Towel. Y'all go to Brian Denny, Save and Feel at Brian Denny. We need y'all to have your title towel in hand. So go to whitwillsports.com. Use the promo code STANDARD. Get you a nice discount, courtesy of your favorite Bama network, the Bama Standards.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So, Title Tower, Whitwell Sports, they're been a great sponsor with us guys. And me and JB, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. Y'all see JB, y'all gonna see a title tower.
Oh yeah.
Y'all see Herb, y'all see Raj, you gonna see a title tower, all right? Them boys, they stay with it. So next thing we got Alabama versus Mercer preview here, guys. Mercer is 9-1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we do got to keep that in mind. It's not a losing team here necessarily. I'm not. It's like Nick Saban said, you can't be saying, "Is this guy gonna play? Is this guy gonna play?" But we kind of think like that a little bit. I think honestly, in this setup here, the biggest thing for this game to me is one, you don't overlook it. Obviously,
Right.
you don't overlook it. Get the job done. Get the starters out if we get the job done early. Obviously, don't let anybody linger over. Valuable reps for backups here is big in my opinion with the playoffs coming up. Also, with if they may redshirt somebody here right now or not, if it depending on how the seasons went, never know how things could go here. We could see if somebody may play, somebody may not play. Stephen M. Smith, I'm gonna let you kind of break this down right here. Do you think any key matchups here for Alabama Mercer, or do you got anything especially you're thinking about for this game, or thing you want to tie in?
I think the biggest thing here, JT, and you hit on it, you want to get your starters in and out quickly. You want to get your backups in, get those guys reps. So this is a game for a guy like Yonsei Pierre. Let's see what you got moving forward. This is a game for guys like Noah Carter, Jay Sean Ross in that Wolf backer room. Let's see what you guys have. Keanu Coop. We haven't seen much of him this season. A game for him to get out there and see and put on to the stage as well. You look at defensively, you are facing an option team in Mercer. So being disciplined, right? Reading the quarterback, reading the pitch man, following on the line of scrimmage, having that discipline there, playing the option. Because a lot of times when you play option teams and they don't like to pass the ball a lot, as a cornerback or as a safety, you can get frustrated. Don't allow yourself to get frustrated. Read your box, read your keys, go down the line of scrimmage, make the appropriate play, in the backfield on who has the football. So that's the main thing. When you're playing against a team like Mercer, you train for it, you prepare for it, you be focused, you get out of here with no injuries as much as possible, but you get guys some reps, you get guys some good playing time here, and you use this to prepare yourself for Oklahoma and for Auburn, because those are your next two teams. You use this to prepare for Oklahoma, and then use this to prepare for Auburn at the end of the year.
Yeah, so I like that. That's why I was kind of hitting at right there, getting some valuable reps here. Also, maybe, obviously we went out, we're in the playoffs. We went out. We don't need no help getting in the playoffs. Right. We need a little bit of help to get in the SEC championship, but we'll talk about that after probably this weekend. Depends on how things kind of go with this upcoming weekend. JB, how you feeling about this game, man? We're coming back to T-Town right here. We got two more games. Home games. This is one of two, and we got a little brother coming in end of the year. And we got to go over too. That Norman trip, I don't think is as scary to me now. I ain't as worried as I was before. But JB, how we feeling about this Alabama? Yeah, how we feeling about this Alabama Mercer game?
Yeah, that Norman trip is a trap game, but let's talk about this Mercer game coming up. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I haven't seen Mercer play. Stephen M. say they run option. They're 9-1. They're legit FCS team, one of the best FCS teams, right? And we normally play a very good FCS team around this time of the year. We normally do that. So I'm gonna piggyback on what you said about getting guys reps. First of all, get the starters. Let's get this lead up 42-0, 35-42-0. Get the guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's run it up first half. Run it up first half. That's basically what you want to do. Defense, do y'all job, stay in your gaps. Y'all know what the team is going to run. So it's going to be interesting to see the 4-2-5 defense against this option team. It's going to be interesting to see that. And are guys going to be able to stop them, because you saw what Vanderbilt ran the ball on us. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw that early on in the season.
Mm-hmm.
The defense has got so much better since that Vanderbilt game. I'm confident that they'll be ready for this. I'm very confident. We may hold him, and I know that Kane Womack, he's one of those coaches, and we got that against Missouri when they got to the goal line. He brought the starters back in. We're not letting them score on us. We're gonna preserve this shutout, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's have that same mentality this Saturday at home and see if we can get us another shutout. See if we can, run this score, get that 40-point lead. Let the people see Ty Simpson. Let them see Ty throw the ball. Let Caleb Odom get out there. Rico Scott. Let some guys get some reps who hasn't been getting reps, getting catches, get some, get some stats. Let Richard Young run wild. Daniel Hill, let them run wild, And also, let's see what we got. We need somebody to replace Q-Rob. He's down. Q Robson. We need somebody to replace him. We actually need a couple guys to fill his void because he's been so great this season. We need a couple guys to fill his void at that wolf position. So let's see what we got this week. Don't look over Mercer. Let's come to play. Bring your hard hat and let's play ball.
Everything you said, JB, I'm with you. Every single thing you said. Alabama versus Mercer. Talked about the option. That's obviously a tricky thing. Got to be fundamentally sound there.
Shout out Nick Beasley.
Let's see. They have a top scoring offense in FBS, and they play sound defense. Okay, so we got a scouting report right from Nick.
Find out Nick knows something about Mercer.
Yeah, let me find out. Nick, a low-key Mercer fan right here.
They the Bears, I know that.
Nick probably Nick scoping out the opponents. That's what that is. So I think this is going to be a game. You get some guys some reps. Like Stephen F. Smith said, it's a good game to introduce Yonze Pierre to. Get him in, get going now. Get a little feel. Then we get an SEC game. You get another one. Depending on how these next couple weeks go, Bama could find themselves playing early December in the SEC championship, because if Georgia beats Tennessee this weekend, Texas and Texas A&M is going to work itself out.
Right.
All right. Bama wins out. Bama's in there. Bama has an argument over Georgia because of head-to-head. They'll both be 2 losses. The other 2 losses, LSU, head-to-head. That's trumped. And then you'd look at A&M. We would have to look at they would have 2 losses. We would have 2 losses. They would look at the number one. The first thing, if it isn't head to head, the first thing is the opponent's winning percent. So then they would go by the winning percent of the opponent. So guys, I want y'all to know that too. These tiebreakers for the SEC championships are not just SEC championships.
It's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch, bro, and it is tricky. It is tricky. Like the first one is head to head. All right, obviously. The second is now like your opponent's record percent. So basically, that works in Bama's favor. We played some pretty good teams here. We haven't played no boo-boo teams, played good teams. So that works in our favor there. But say a year you don't play some teams that ain't so good, even if you dog walked them, that's why you got to take care of business, though. That's why you. And Justin is tricky. Rock to rhyme. Yeah. Give this man Jalen Milroe his flowers when his son does loose to the smell of them. He'll truly be missed when his day T-Town is over. I agree. I've been giving him his flowers the whole time, bro. This show right here has from the start to the end, bro.
I'm gonna say this: when he is on, there is no quarterback like him.
No.
When he is on, there is no quarterback quite like him, because like I said, Brian Kelly last night, that man could have taken 3 blood pressure pills and still would have been sky high blood pressure, because Milroe embarrassed him again on national TV. Milroe got Brian Kelly and this defense again on national television with the run game. So when this dude is on, he is on.
Yeah, so I agree 100%. Milroe's on his own. I'm trying to see what Justin's talking about. He's talking about some young folks on this panel don't know about that song. What song you talking about,
He
Justin?
talking about it's tricky. That's what he talking about.
Man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. You talking to a professional skater right here, man.
Man,
I
look.
skate all that,
Hey,
baby.
hey,
Get
Justin,
down, boy. You
Justin,
better
don't let me get Don Parker in my 8-track, Justin.
Okay.
don't get the
Okay.
8-track out now. Don't get the
Okay.
8-track out now. Don't get it out now. So, guys, that'll put a button up on all the topics for tonight, guys. We've got about 10 minutes left. We're gonna do some questions and answers right here. Justin, go ahead and pull them up. We're gonna spit them off right here. Let's go. This one's for you, Stephen and Smith.
Oh yeah. Talk
So
to
the
us.
deal, so Dexter, the deal with Keanu Coote is so Keanu is the third wolf. He's the third wolf behind Q Rob and Quay, or Quay and Q Rob, however you want to flip that or coin that. The thing with Keanu is just trying to get him to be consistent on the field. Like he's good in practice, but just getting him to be consistent. That's the main thing. And so right now, Yancey's mindset has kind of overtaken Keanu a little bit. Yancey's got that mindset. So Keanu's talented. It's just him being able to put it together on the field. It's the same thing with Keon Keeley. Keon Keeley's talented, but what has Freddie Roach been working with him on? Stop reading the page clipping, son. Be focused on doing your job. When you be focused on doing your job, then we can put you on this field. And we saw Keon Keeley play last night. He got on the field. Now, yes, it was late, but Keon got on the field. So right. Keon has learned, being around Freddie Roach, you've got to focus on your responsibility. And that's Keanu Coote right now. Focus on your responsibility.
Yeah. Okay, so we heard that first there. Let's see. I guess how do y'all feel about Sheridan coming down on the field? Congratulations, guys. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. I personally, I obviously, obviously they know more than us. But from what I've seen, offense coordinators on the sidelines in college mostly, I've seen it be very effective. Sheridan's gonna have his own style and stuff, but yeah, I love that a lot. I like the call. He called the game last night great. Called the game great.
I mean, the fact that they showed the whole Bama coaching box and nobody was left but the cleanup guy, that's how you know you did your job. Everybody went to the field to dap up, congratulate, smile, high five everybody, and nobody was left up there but the cleanup guy. So Sheridan, I love that. He came down, he hugged Milroe, he sat there, dapped up the board, hugged Kane Womack, hugged Coach Shep, because they all knew we were locked in from the beginning and we handled business. And what do you do when you handle business? You congratulate your brother because y'all all handle business.
Yes. Yep. And that was the best game he's called all season, man. I would give him the game ball outside of Milroe. I would give the game ball to Nick Sheridan.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was good. JB, get this next one right here. This will be a good one.
Confident in the Auburn game. Look at my face. Do I look worried? Do I look worried about Auburn? We done already skint some Tigers last night. We got more Tigers on the
and we done got them, and we done got the Missouri Tigers.
Oh,
we done got all the Tigers.
Daniel, tell Chris Williams to come back and holler at us. We ain't seen Chris Williams.
Oh yeah, he in my A, baby.
Y'all had a bye week. Y'all had a fight on the plane in a basketball game, and then y'all won the game last night. So props to y'all, Auburn. But we putting belt to ass when y'all.
Oh, they beat Houston. I fell asleep. They beat Houston.
They beat Houston. Yeah.
Okay,
that's all y'all got to celebrate.
Yeah, that's actually
good. We putting belt to ass when you come to saving field.
Oh yeah, and I'll talk about it in just a minute, man. I'll say that in just a minute. But go ahead, run the next question real quick, Justin. Can Alabama keep this momentum going forward? I think Alabama can keep this momentum going forward. I think this bye week was hey guys, this is it. All right, like just our run. All right, let's get it going. We can't have more hiccups. We got to have a magnificent run right here. We got to finish out these 4 games before LSU in the bye week. You're talking finish out these 4 games, and then you got to possibly go on a 5 or 4 game streak run. Then too depends on SEC championship, depends on a bye week, depends on if you don't get the bye week, if you get in the playoffs, got to play first round. So we're going to have a good, 8 to 10 game run right here on this back half of the season to go. So I think we can keep the momentum going. I'm excited. It's gonna be really fun to watch right now. Bama's peaking at the right time, though.
I'll say this: I think it can keep it going. And picture this: Miami lost. So Miami lost. You had, I think, Michigan lost too. Michigan lost. Miami lost. Quite a few teams lost over the weekend. Bama is going to move up. Now, how far do they move up is the question.
The AP had us at 9, and the AP almost mirrored the college football playoff.
Okay.
Normally, I don't like the AP, but they're pretty close now.
So JT, so if Bama comes up at 9 next Tuesday, if
Notre Dame was 8.
If Bama comes up at 9 next Tuesday, and let's say you beat down Mercer and somebody else loses, now Alabama is in that range of you hosting the playoff game.
Yep. So Bama at 9. I did the count. So 5, 6, 7, 8 is the home. All right. Yeah. So if we're where we're at right now in the AP, we would travel to Notre Dame right now. They actually have 4 of the 5 is Big Ten teams right now in the top 5, and then you have Texas slap in the middle of that, and then right out of that, Tennessee's at 6. 7 was I think BYU or somebody slid up, even though they struggled one.
But what they're gonna do in the college football poll, they're gonna look at strength of schedule. They're gonna look at who you play, because these guys, these Indianas and BYU, they ain't played no damn body.
And Indiana was up there.
Is overrated once again, because even though you brought in Oregon, Washington, USC, and all, Washington's not been good. Michigan's been terrible this year. SC's been garbage. You got Oregon, you got Ohio State, Penn State. Then you got these other teams coming in. They haven't played. Indiana hasn't played Ohio State. They hadn't played Oregon. They hadn't played these teams.
Yeah, so, wait till the SEC teams get in, because the way it's shaping right now, you're going to look at probably 3 to 4 SEC teams. Maybe Ole Miss is sliding in right there too. Okay, JB saying 5. Ole Miss is sliding in. Georgia's going to have an argument too. I mean, Tennessee and Georgia this weekend. We're talking about Alabama, LSU Saturday. Georgia, Tennessee that's the same game this coming up weekend. That's also that Tennessee. This is for you to go to the SEC championship type game. You lose this one, technically Tennessee holds their own right now for the SEC championship game. They win out. They in it, baby.
They sure do.
So does Texas. So does Texas A&M. Got to win out though. Let's see. Question: do you think Ben will be in the SEC championship game? As we're talking about it.
I don't think so.
JB says nope. I think Bama gets in it. I think it'll be Bama and Texas. I think it'll be Bama versus Texas.
What you think, Steve?
As crazy as it sounds, as nuts as it sounds, I think more chaos happens and Bama actually hops in.
I do too. I think it's Bama, Texas.
More chaos happens. Don't be shocked if this happens. Don't be shocked if A&M upsets Texas.
Oh. See, all right, Stephen Smith, I want to get with that. But the only reason I can't is I don't see Steve losing if they make it and he's still top 5 by then. I mean, he's like, all right, hey, I'm here. But I'm
gonna say
Marcel Reed.
The way Mike Elko got the Aggies playing, A&M for the first time, they're like, all we had to do to be good was fire Jimbo Fisher and pay him $76 million, and we good now. Like the way Elko got them playing. If I'm Sarkisian, the Aggies playing now.
So we'll see. I don't know. I think I got Bama Texas SEC championship game right now. I like
y'all
that.
Don't want to backdoor. Y'all don't want to backdoor in the playoffs. Y'all don't want to backslide in the playoffs. Just win out.
I just think JB. I think it's gonna happen. I don't think Georgia loses this weekend. I don't think Georgia's gonna lose.
I don't think Georgia's gonna lose this weekend.
So Georgia beats Tennessee, right? All right, that's gonna slide. Bama's gonna. We got to win out either way to make the playoffs. All right, by default, we're about to make it, and that's what I'm saying. Georgia's gonna win. Okay, that then us and Georgia are tied with 2. We got a head-to-head. Okay, we got a head-to-head on LSU. All right, Ole Miss is going to be right there in the argument. Then that would be They're going to have to look at the tiebreaker scenarios and stuff too. I mean, but what if Ole
But
Miss
wait a
drops
minute.
another game?
Tennessee beat us. How many lost Tennessee got?
They would
Just one.
have. What would they have 2?
If Georgia beats them, but they
Or
still
would
be in
they
front.
have?
They beat us. They got us. They got
Oh
the
yeah, they would
tiebreaker
be in
over
front
us.
of us. They would be in front of us on a tiebreaker. Yeah.
So they need to lose
Dang.
twice.
Yeah. Who else did they play? Vandy?
Vandy. They got Vandy.
And who else? It's somebody else.
We jumped in front of Vandy because they lost. So
They got Vandy at the end.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the middle, they got UTEP, but they're gonna beat UTEP.
Yeah.
I want to backslide.
I feel you though, JB. I ain't even gonna be upset with that one. I'd wanna backslide too.
But
though.
see, guess what though? Before we move on, guess what? What if we make the SEC championship and lose? Would that put us out?
Possibly. I don't know. I don't know. Who would y'all want first round? Ohio State or Texas? Give me Ohio State.
I want Texas first round.
Give me
You want
Texas.
Texas?
Give me Texas.
Okay.
Yeah,
Texas.
I want Ohio State.
Give me them horns. I want them horns.
Get back.
I want them horns.
Yeah. I ain't even
back.
thinking about to get back as much. I was just thinking about Big Ten, how the Big Ten running their mouth. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, I see the Texas one too, though. So right now, Tennessee's 1 in the SEC. A&M's 2, Texas is 3, Georgia's 4, Ole Miss is above us, and we're right below Ole Miss. Yeah, we could make it, we could not make it. Either way, though, like I said, we went out, we in the playoffs, and I want to be 5, 6, 7, 8 though. Either way. So guys, let's see. Nick said, "Are y'all concerned that we might have Pete as a team because we haven't been consistent this year?" I'm not concerned for that right now. I think we are going to that peak now. We are traveling that way. So Nick, I'm not concerned at all there. We got any more questions, Justin? Let's see. Stephen Smith, hit this one for us.
Okay, how do you feel about Caleb Cunningham possibly flipping to Ole Miss? In my opinion, we could come back to bite them in the behind if we play them and blow them out like we did Loser State University. I don't think Caleb Cunningham's going to flip. Part of the reason why Keelan Deere hasn't said anything. I said from the jump, those 2 guys from Mississippi are going to be a package deal. I don't see Caleb flipping. Right now, he's still solid, 10 toes down on his commitment to the Crimson Tide. Now, if Lane Kiffin was to make that move to try to flip, it would be very interesting because, I mean, who do they have after Jackson Dart, leaves? That's going to be interesting, but I don't see it.
Not the money.
Therefore, they'll do something for you.
Is it true there's a possibility that Milroe may come back next season?
No.
I haven't heard that at all. I think Milroe's gone. You go get your money, big dog. He'll be a 1, 2, 3 pick, dude. I'm telling
you, Monica. Mel Kiper Jr. has Milroe as his number 2 quarterback on his board. He's number 2. Milroe gone.
I wouldn't.
He's not coming back.
No.
I saw him between 2 and 3. I saw 2, 3. Either way, it's first round.
Yeah. And well, guys, that'll button up the show for tonight, guys. Still here with us, guys. We got to round up shows on this channel for the week, guys. Monday night, we're going to kick us off with the opening kick. My man Daniel Petty and Dixon. They're coming on tomorrow night, guys. Don't miss the opening kick. On Tuesday night, you're going to have the flagship show, The Bama Standard. You got Stephen and Smith on there with Justin Riley, host of the gang, Marvin Constant, General Smoke Dixon. We got so many people on the channel, guys. It's going to be great. Also, right after that, you got Final Whistle coming on. That's going to be a great show as well, guys. I'm losing my voice right now. I'm trying to gain it back. The Final Whistle, that's going to be a great show, too. Make sure you guys check out the Final Whistle. On Wednesday night, we got The Crimson Dynasty with my man JB right below. Also host Shishi and Dan the Man's on there, too. Following that, we got Teed's Take with Alabama's legend, George Teed. That show's great. Got his son JT on there with him. They have a host of people on there, man. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you, Monica, for the comment. And also, special announcement. Stay with us real quick. Special announcement. Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central, we're going to have the first show, Going Hard in the Paint, for Alabama Basketball Podcast. It's going to be live here on the Bama Center Network. We're going to have myself, JB. I said JB. Myself, JT, as the host. And we're going to have a new member to the family. Herb's coming to the family, guys. You may have seen him on different channels. He does podcasts for Alabama as well. He'll be on to talk Alabama basketball with us. And we got Daniel Petty as well. JB will make some guest appearances from here and there as well, guys. Talk some Bama hoops. He'll be at games a lot, so we'll be able to maybe get some interviews with him, in between stuff, be able to get some inside information on stuff we can bring to the show too. And oh yeah, the Bama postgame show Saturday, guys. We're gonna have it right after the Mercer game. Be sure to be on. It'll probably be about 4:30, 5 o'clock when that game ends. Be here to check out it first. And then also Sunday night. We can't forget about Sunday night talking Bama following that, guys. Can't forget about that. I hugged Marshall goodbye today, guys. If y'all wondering where Marshall's been, Marshall's about to head out in 2 days. He wanted to say hey to everybody, thank everybody for the love and support. He's heading out in a couple of days, guys. So keep him in your thought and prayers. He's going to go off to the Navy and defend this beautiful country we have here. JB, I'm going to let you promote yourself real quick. Stephen M. Smith, you go after that, and we'll close out, brothers.
You done said it all, JT, but y'all know where to find me. Find me on Sunday night talking about each and every Sunday. Wednesday nights with the Crimson Dynasty, C. She, Dan the Man, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Sports Talking with JB. Follow the YouTube channel, Sports Talking with JB. Follow me on X at young_ENT_. And you see me around talking Bama all the time with the title towels and whatnot. So I'll let you boy, man.
Stephen M. Smith, where can the folks find you at, brother?
They can find me floating around everywhere. On the campus, you got coaches, you got players, you got the water boy, the towel boy. I'm floating around everywhere. I'm probably going to give me a towel from Jeff Allen pretty soon. He owed me that towel. Let's see. They can find me touchdownalabama.com. It's all the articles right there, touchdownalabama.com. At Coaching M. Smith on X, at Coaching M. Smith. You can find me right here on this beautiful platform right here, the Bama Standard, on Tuesdays with myself, Justin, the Tribal Chief Riley. You got Steve Brown, the star of the show, comedy legend, Marvin Constant, Gerald coming through the smoke, Dixon. All of us are right here laughing, having fun. Then here, I'm right here with my two brothers here, JB and JT. We got JB and the awesome skater JT, and we just we talking Alabama football, man. That's all man.
Yeah, we just talking ball, baby. But guys, so fun stuff, man. Great show tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, guys. We're gonna be back live next Sunday. Also, join the post game. Check out all the shows throughout this week, guys, and join us. Thank you, Will. I'll be sure to let Marshall know that. Join us Thursday night for the first episode of Going Hard in the Paint. It's going to be Alabama basketball. We're going to break it down for you guys. It's going to be fun. Justin going in the show. We won't give a piss about nothing but the time, baby.
Big light, not the little.